are now at the offices of Naomi Takazawa Welch, and we are going to be visiting a little bit about acupuncture. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you so much. I feel great.
Yeah, I do too. It's so nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you too.
It's very beautiful here. Your journey is fascinating. So you started in Japan and you were trained in traditional Japanese acupuncture. You brought that to New York. What makes your background and your training, how did that shape the practice that you have now?
In Japan, in the Japanese acupuncture school, students are trained to see patients through two perspectives. Those are biomedical perspective and traditional perspective. So that provided us to evaluate and observe patients' symptoms with a lot of questions which asks about how the symptoms develop, and those helps design and provide more precise treatment design and also point location selection.
So acupuncture is actually has to be very precise, correct? So also gentle. So the Japanese way of doing acupuncture is known for being both gentle and precise. And how does this style differ than what most people know?
We focus on delivering painless treatment, and so students at school are trained first to penetrate some cushion, not human body, how to tap in the needle to learn the painless way. But this is not only in the modern school setting, but in some centuries ago, also it was a kind of tradition to care about how patients feel. So in 17th century, needle tube was devised by a Japanese acupuncturist. Until then, people were inserting needle with single hand. But after invention of that needle tube, which is currently used globally, it can locate the spot, the most responsive spot, and insert the needle with less pain, and it became very easy, much easier than before.
So there's a guide. So it's two hand process.
Yes,
so, two hands to do it.
Yeah, if you hold the tube and tap with the finger of the same hand, you can do it with one hand.
Okay.
However, basically it was designed to hold a tube, and needle is inside of the guide tube.
Understood.
So that head of the needle is sticking out and tap in.
And
so
then
it's much easier.
Okay, and then it kind of guides it.
Yes.
To the precise point.
Yes.
Wonderful. Your office, it's described as a hidden gem, right? And so it's not like a crazy over-decorated spa. It's more pristine. It's more functional. And why is it important to you that you created a space like that? And how does it help set the right expectations for your patients?
For me, acupuncture is, first of all, it's a medical procedure. And being clean, sitting clean, and safe environment is the first thing important for me. So to achieve it, less decorative setting is much easier to clean up and ready for next patient, that kind of thing. And also, what I perform facial acupuncture also, which people might expect some luxurious, relaxing sanctuary, a little bit different from my setting. So I would like people to know when they came in here, it's not like that kind of place.
Okay, it's not like a spa. It's more medically functional for you.
However, the result of facial acupuncture is, I'm proud of it. It beyond more than a lot of other places, I believe.
Yeah, well, you created something. It was called, I'm just going to say, because it was one of my other questions about AcuSerene, right? You created your own specialized facial acupuncture treatment called AcuSerene. What inspired you to develop that? Why did you, Naomi, decide that this might be better than just the conventional cosmetic approaches?
I thought I wanted acupuncture to feel more relatable to people who don't know acupuncture, who never experienced what it is.
So now the acupuncture, when you do an AcuSerene facial, you're not injecting any substances at all. So nothing foreign is in your skin. It's just pure. It's literally just the placement, the accurate, precise, gentle placement of the needle that you're doing that's helping the facial muscles relax, I guess, and like look better, or makes them lift up a little bit?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That I treat face and body together, because
Really?
yes, face is the place your body's ailment manifests, exhaustion. Even the person don't feel any problem, but still your body carries a lot of accumulation of exhaustion, and it shows your face.
It does. It does.
Even after you battled against some serious illness and won, and you became very healthy, but still your face can retain that memory.
The pain and the stress. Interesting.
So, yes. Facial acupuncture is a little bit more special. It's added to a body's treatment. It's not involved to other treatments such as fertility issues or pain management.
Okay.
However, the base part of body treatment are actually quite overlapped. And point is to regain your body's natural balance. That is the fundamentally important part. And it's not only invisible internal flow or autonomic nervous system or something like that, but also
Posture
and alignment.
Naomi, I see you looking at my shoulders. Sometimes my shoulders curve in a little bit, right? Yes.
Those things show up on your face.
Okay.
So those, however, I treat physical musculoskeletal imbalance to balance their internal system too. That's very important. And so those internal system and musculoskeletal systems are actually connected as a whole self, whole body.
How do you help people like get through their first session?
Yes, actually many people ask me if it hurts, and I don't say it doesn't. However, I tell people that in the past, many people reported it was not so bad.
Okay, so that's bad.
And actually, new people who newly experienced the acupuncture say, not so bad, that was not so bad. So I think sugar coating expression before the treatment might make their perception worse. So I don't say, oh, it's not painful, it's not, I don't say that.
Okay.
However, they feel, oh, that was not so bad.
Then it was better.
Yeah.
So you just go in with an honesty, and that helps put them at ease.
So it's one way if you implement acupuncture to your monthly routine or bi-weekly routine, even when you don't have any symptoms, just have it, then your body thank you.
Your body will thank you. Thank you, Naomi. And I saw that you were looking at my shoulders, so I know my posture could use a little bit of help. Thank you again for inviting us here.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. So we hope that you learned a little bit more about acupuncture. I know I did. You don't necessarily need to be afraid of it. There are techniques and tools. It might not be painless. She's not going to sugarcoat that for you, but it should be gentle and it should be precise, and hopefully you'll get the outcomes that you're hoping for. I'm Donna Drake, and we've been visiting right here in New York City today. Be well. Joining us now is Vu Lee, and we are in for a treat. The name of the official place is Simple Peruvian, Flavors of Heritage. Pretty exciting to have you here.
Well, thank you so much, Donna, for having us on the show. Your show is definitely more relaxing than the last one.
Yeah, last time they made you go live, right? On another show, you had to go live?
They made me go live without me knowing it. I was supposed to go there for a recording.
Okay.
And then I found out 3 days later, so I wasn't really ready. And then when I went there, they're like, all right, Simple Peruvian, you're going up first.
Okay. But now here, we're like, when it's your time, it's your time, right? And here you are.
You're such an easy person to talk to, so.
I appreciate that. You as well. This smells delicious, right?
It is.
It's so good. What is it about the fusion between the Chinese culture and the Peruvian culture that makes the flavors blend like this? How did you figure all that out?
Well, truthfully, when Chinese migrated back in the 18th centuries to Peru, they were always good with wok, the cooking skills and soy sauce. But then when they went there, they started cooking with Peruvian ingredients, using a lot of cumins, cilantros, lime, tomatoes. So the founder of our company was raised in Peru when he was 6. And then he worked for his family restaurant since he was like 11, 12. And then every night they would go to the Peruvian market, pick out ingredients. So he found the love for it,
What are some of these things that you brought us today?
Well, we brought you the pollo a la brasa, which is the rotisserie chicken. We got ceviche, which is the seafood, and also lomo saltado, which is one of the most famous chifa dishes, which is beef and fried tomatoes, and then fried seafood, halea. And then we also have the fried rice.
Okay.
Yep.
So, but it's not just any fried rice. It's like a little fancier, right? Because
yes, it has a little bit of you got a little bit of the cilantro from and a little bit of cumin, I would say, in it.
Okay.
Just to give it that Peruvian taste.
Sometimes when I'm kind of craving something like fried rice and I'm trying to make it at home, I kid you not, what I try to do is I scramble an egg. I try to remember what I noticed at hibachi, and I scramble an egg, and then I make some vegetables, and I put some rice in it, and it's never as good as when someone is really authentically making something for you.
Yep, our restaurant always serves everything hot and fresh. I mean, we have a lot of takeouts, but we recommend you to come and sit in and get that real dine-in.
Okay.
It's very elegant, very easy, welcoming. And what we do is we want to bring all cultures together. And this is a great example of bringing Peruvian and Chinese,
Yes.
And it started, like it got very popular after the late 1800s, and now we're bringing it all the way to America, and we hope that everybody in Sunnyside and Ridgewood can come in and join, and then most likely in the next 5 years we're going to have over 20 restaurants. It's going to be it's a franchise pretty much.
You're going to franchise this out. Congratulations, that
Thank
sounds
you so
really
much.
exciting.
Yep.
On the menu, what is your favorite go-to item? Like when you're hungry, you've worked a shift or whatever, and you get a chance to maybe take a break and eat something. What's your go-to?
Honest, they're all good, but I love the rotisserie chicken and the ceviche.
Okay.
Especially with a little bit of beer, the ceviche is perfect.
It's perfect. So nice and cold. So ceviche, for those of us that in the audience that don't know what that is, what is that? It's a cold fish combo?
Yes, it's a combo of, you got shrimp, octopus, squid, and sea bass.
Okay.
Mixed with a lot of lime, like a lot of fresh squeezed lime, and a little bit of cilantro, and you got your yam next to it as well.
Beautiful.
Like sweet potato, yeah.
Now that looks like a perfectly made chicken. Now, do you pat the skin dry and then season it? Is it a dry rub? You don't have to give me all your secrets, but like somebody at home that wants to try to make something that looks as delicious as that, or try to do it. What are the tricks to doing something like that?
We definitely pat it down. We massage it.
Okay.
We season it very evenly. We measure our ingredients.
Okay.
But most importantly, we let it slowly roast at the perfect timing. My chefs are all good. Like every single one of them worked in Peru. They worked in 4 or 5-star hotels back in Peru as well.
Wonderful.
So we brought them here. And,
Great.
And that's how we're going to grow.
Okay. Because they have the knowledge.
Yes.
They have the experience, right?
Yep.
And good quality ingredients are really important. And I think you're right. I think that it's an art form. And I think by sometimes taking your time, to do a beautiful presentation.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Takeout's okay, but there's something nice about dining in as well.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, our restaurants are very decorated so that you feel like you're in Peru. And I want to throw a shout out to Diego Capuana. He's the artist, the local artist. And did a lot of mural in our restaurant. So when you go there, you see those paintings. They're all legit.
You've been transported somewhere else.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for bringing all this wonderful, authentic, delicious food. And I know that we're going to be dining with you for lunch, right? My whole team?
Yes.
All right.
We brought 2 beautiful trays for you. But we would love if you guys come to our restaurant one day. And it'll definitely be our treat.
You know what? I will be there.
All right.
You're inviting me? I'm going.
Of course.
All right. Thank you so much. Very nice to meet you.
Thank you again for having us.
Yeah, you're welcome. My grandfather worked in a restaurant. My grandfather was a chef, so I'm a little bit of a foodie. I'm really into food. It just makes me happy. It's like celebrating life. Music and food. Those are my go-tos.
And it's a perfect place to come.
Great. Can't wait. There you go. So if you're anywhere in the United States, this might be a great destination for you. I'm Donna Drake, and I'm excited about this. I hope you are too. Be well. Joining us now is Sammy Sadler. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you today, Donna?
I'm feeling really joyful. Today's a good day. We're filming this in December, and a lot of times it's cold and bitter outside, but it's not too bad here. And in Texas, it doesn't really snow in Texas, does it?
Well, we get it sometimes, but we don't get it very often. But we do get it at times. Not like, I think you're in New York, right?
Now, you're like vocalist of the year many times over. People love you. What started you out on your journey? What made you decide to become the entertainer that you are?
Well, I started when I was a little kid. My mom and dad said I used to pull myself up to the radio player or what they had back in those days. And I'd just sit there and dance and along with the music and stuff. And I guess as I got older, my first real big influence in music was Elvis Presley. And I loved Elvis. I was just in love with Elvis and his music. And as I got a little older and started, getting in middle school and going into high school, I started listening to, Johnny Cash and Marty Robbins and George Jones, Merle Haggard and all those guys. I just fell in love with country music.
I did as well. I grew up and I only had like an AM radio in my car. And at the time, the station I could get was 55 in my Pontiac Ventura station wagon. And I was listening to Willie and Alabama. And, it was great. So it wasn't as if I was raised on country music, but it was the channel that came in the best when I was 16 in my car. And that just completely changed my life. So I'm like you. Yeah, and there's something I think too about that genre where you hear it's storytelling. Not that all their music types aren't storytelling, but there's something about country music where it's about like your fish that died in the fish bowl. You know what I'm saying? It's like storytelling, right? You have a story, a world-renowned story. What happened to you, Sammy?
Well, Donna, it's really old news, I mean, it happened 30 something years ago, but, I survived what's known around the world as a murder on Music Row. My friend Kevin Hughes was shot and murdered. I was shot and left for dead, and it went around the world as a murder on Music Row, and it took them 13 and a half years to solve it. But I'm just grateful that I'm still alive and I'm still here and pursuing a career that I started so many years ago.
Yeah, you know what? And that was, like you said, a long time ago, one moment in time. But do you feel that helped you propel your journey in terms of like who you are as a person? That it really mattered to you that you didn't, I guess, take a day for granted? Like did it change you somehow?
Yeah, I mean, back then, I didn't know it at the time. Kevin and I had only been friends for about 7 or 8 months. And, there's people that you meet in and out of your life that, sometimes that you're going to be friends and you may be good friends. And I felt that way with Kevin, and I'm sure Kevin probably felt that way with me. And, never in a million years did I think I was going to be shot. And, I'm sure Kevin didn't have a clue of any of that either, man. And for that to happen to us, for us to go through all that. And I found out later that Kevin was a Christian whenever he was shot and murdered. And at that time, Donna, I wasn't saved. And I'm just so grateful that God thought enough of me and reached down and picked me up and saved me from all that. And I got a second chance in life.
When you're playing now, when you're performing, right, what song is bringing you personally the greatest joy?
That's a hard one. Because all of the songs that I record or that I put in my show, they obviously have to touch me and they have to move me, or I wouldn't sing them, wouldn't put them on an album. So all of the songs that I do are very dear to me, and the albums that I do, they're like, I don't have kids, but they're like my child, and to put them out and release them, and to let them go. I mean, I take pride in the songs that I sing and the ones that I try to record. So they've got to move me. But that's a hard question to really say. I guess one of the songs is a song that we've got out right now called I Can't Get Close Enough. And that was an Exile song that was a #1 record for them back in 1987. And that's just one of my favorite all-time Exile songs. And that's the song that I open up my shows with everywhere I go.
Really? Okay. That's exciting. And what are you most looking forward to? What's right on the horizon for you?
Well, we've got a brand new album that we're working on. I did have it finished, and then I ended up going back and getting 2 other songs that I wanted to put on it. So we went in right before Thanksgiving and cut the tracks, and we're going to try to see if we can get it done before Christmas, but I don't know. It may run into the first of the year before we get it done, and then I'm going to have my album finished and done. And I'm looking forward to going back out on the road in 2026 with myself and Dave Gibson, who was a part of the Gibson Miller Band back in the early 90s. And they had some good hit records back in the early 90s. And they won Vocal Group of the Year in 1994. And Dave, you mentioned a while ago about Alabama. Dave has wrote so many iconic records from the 80s and 90s. One of them being Jukebox in My Mind for Alabama, If It Don't Come Easy for Tanya Tucker, Ships That Don't Come In for Joe Diffie, Only and Gone for Montgomery Gentry, and just on and on of some of the most iconic records in country music. And me and Dave are going to come out in 2026 and do a show called the Hits and History Tour. and we're going to be together doing some of that. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh my goodness! Please invite me.
Yes.
Yeah, please. I'll come. I want to come down. I want to come out and hear you play. So, but happiness to you. Have a beautiful holiday season in the great state of Texas, all the way from me up here in Long Island, New York. But thank you, Sammy. Thanks for joining me today.
Donna, thank you for having me. Thank you for playing our music and getting our stories out there. We appreciate you very much.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Thank you again, Sammy. Happy journeys.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Joining us now is Pam Ball, and we're going to be talking about the PamBee. And what is the PamBee? You are going to be so delighted. It is a 3-piece component of a warm, sweet, soft, luxurious blankie, nice luxury eye mask, and a pillow. But the cool thing about the pillow is that when you fly, it's got this like head divot. So I think it's a brilliant thing, and that's why she's here. So Pam, how'd I do? Is
Thank you.
Is that the components?
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much for having me.
So we fly, the team flies all over the world. In fact, we got back from Uzbekistan. I've been to Japan. I've been to a lot of places.
Everywhere.
But even when I get on a plane, I want to just be snuggled in
Right.
to the experience.
Yeah. And you want to feel, with the PamBee, you're bringing a little bit of home with you. And so that's a comforting factor too. And it's compact, and you can put it in your tote or a purse and take it anywhere, so which is nice. And now airlines don't pass out blankets and pillows anymore, so you always have it with you with the PamBee.
Now, it's been a couple of decades, and you've been a flight attendant for a couple of decades,
Yes.
right? What was the moment of inspiration for you where you said, that's it, I am creating my own thing?
Well, I mean, I've been stuck in bad situations with travel, just like everybody else, delays and cancellations, and sometimes you just need to catch a little seas, somewhere. And when you're stuck and you just need an extra little blanket or a pillow to just help you make it through the day. And then also, I travel, not just with work, and I travel and want to have my own blanket, and I don't want it too bulky. Sometimes people will bring their own blankets on the plane, and they're so bulky.
Right. This is like this compacts down to like the size of a notebook.
Yes.
You know, like when we were in high school and we had binders, it's smaller than a binder. It's smaller than a 3-ring binder, right?
Right, exactly.
So,
That's great.
It's portable, easy, and it comes with that case
Little
also.
case.
Okay.
And it just slides right into your little any tote, and it doesn't take up any room. And you
Okay,
can
so tell me about this pillow then, because I see that it all kind of collapses. All right, so how does that work?
Yeah, you just you inflate it right here.
Okay.
And then to deflate, you just
pop the stem.
Pop the stem, and it goes down. And then to wash it, it's all washable too.
Oh, that's important
which
too,
is
because this
great.
is really silky.
Yeah, it's nice and special and warm, and you just pull this out and just throw the pillowcase in the wash. Like you do with any pillowcase.
Now this one's two-tone, right? You got a
Yes.
burgundy on this side, and you've got like this nice gray fabric.
It's
How are you sourcing
micro-
these fabrics? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a micro suede fabric. So
Okay.
it was very important for it to be warm and still luxurious, but compact. So the micro suede makes it nice and warm, but it's still thin enough to be able to take it anywhere. And also, people take it to the movies.
I was just going to say, Pam,
Yeah.
like I am definitely like a blankie girl. I like my comfort, not just, or even if when I go stay at someone else's house. Right? I like to just have like this layer. I might sleep on top of theirs so I don't have to like mess up their bed or their sheets or whatever. This is like perfect.
And a little extra in a hotel. Sometimes you just need a little extra weight in your hotel room for a little extra blanket too. So
I like it.
And
It's
then
like
in
a
car,
personalized
it's great
nice set.
too.
And you have 5 different fabrics that you're working with right now, right? I see
And
the
nice
animal
little
print.
cheetah.
Yes.
And then my blue one.
Okay.
And then I have a plaid, and then I have an olive, and it's olive and red, and the plaid it's kind of a Burberry kind of colors, and
Pretty.
with the red on the other side.
Now, have you ever seen your own product on a flight yet?
I have.
How did that make you
It's
feel?
exciting.
Yeah? Did you say like,
I
I
cried.
invented that? You cried?
Yes.
I'm a big crier too, Pam. Like, yeah, the audience knows I'm a big crier.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations
Thank
to
you
you.
for having
and
me.
best wishes.
Yes.
The best way to get a PamBee is to go to your website?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. Excellent. So, happy skies to you. It's so nice to have you
Yes,
here.
thank you
and
for having
I
me.
even told you, I said, I've been on the airline that you work for many times, and you looked familiar, but then you said that you also at one time lived in St. Louis, which is where I'm from.
Love it.
Thank you
Love
so
it.
much. This
Love
is
St. Louis.
absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Please, even if you're not a big traveler like I am, and you're not in an airport all the time, this is something that's like really great. You could get it for yourself. You could give it as a gift. It's called the PamBee. It's really simple, and please trust me, this is awesome. It just feels so good. Be well. With us now is Julie, and she has an incredible book. She is an author. This is Meet MaggieMazing, and I want to find out all about it. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, I've kind of been an author my whole life. I've always loved writing stories, telling stories, and even telling myself stories as I go to bed at night. An impactful moment in my life occurred when I was in 9th grade, and after I turned in on some kind of writing assignment, my English teacher said to me, "Julie, you are really good with words. You need to become an author. You need to write books someday." And that stuck with me, as you can imagine, because, I mean, talk about words of affirmation. And I carried that throughout life. And then when our children came along, we have 3 kids, Jordan, Rachel, and Jacob, and they're all married now. But when they came along, I just loved reading them books and telling them stories, and it really caught my attention how much they sat on every word.
Yes.
We would pause along the way and talk about it and ask questions, and how do you feel about this, and what would you do with that? And it really impacted them, and so it really impacted me. During that time, I worked as a volunteer and as a staff person at our church, and I was able to serve in a whole bunch of different ways with children. And that just gave me an opportunity to live what I've been living with my kids. You know, take what I've learned at home and bring it there and apply it to these kids. And I just was given so many chances to create opportunities that would celebrate kids, that would boost them up, that would build them up, that would encourage them. We had talent shows, we had musicals, you know, special events where kids could be kids and do what mattered to them. And so I didn't realize, though, until about 6 months ago when I had this amazing conversation with my daughter, that all that happened for a reason. Now's the time to write this book.
And not just a book. I think you have intentions for an entire series, right?
Yeah. In fact, a fun fact, I actually already wrote those 9 books. This is the only published one.
Okay.
So we're still working on getting the other 9 published, but I wrote a series of books that would help little kids, young children, and quite frankly, their parents who are reading them these stories, deal with things such as anger, bullying, disobedience, you know, things that little kids struggle with. And I was inspired to use the fruits of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, etc., to help these kids combat that. I wanted them to understand, just like I had shared with our kids, just like my husband and I had shared with our kids, and these children at church for all so many years, God loves you. And with him, you can do anything. You're afraid to go down that slide. That guy's picking on you. You're feeling shy. You want to disobey your parents. Let's talk about it.
Interesting.
Let's show you a way to handle that. And so that was the inspiration. All those years.
Julie,
I didn't realize
this is
until 6
great.
months ago.
Julie, this is amazing.
Thank you so much.
So you put this together, and it's like a hardcover, and it's nice because it has scripture in it. So it has a Matthew passage. So it says that the book is dedicated to your husband, Steve, that he's always been your best friend and your number one fan and your greatest supporter and your loudest cheerleader, and you couldn't have done it without him.
And he's my chauffeur. He brought me here
Well,
today.
that's nice too. So this is the very first book, MaggieMazing. That's really exciting. And you did it well. I mean, the graphics are beautiful, the paper choice, it's lovely, the print. I mean, because certain books that are geared to a certain age have to have a certain format. And I guess you learned all of that, you just did it.
Yeah, bright colors, relatable characters. You know, and I think what I'm most excited about with this book is the cover.
Yeah.
You know, because Maggie's just a kid like everyone else. She's got fears, worries, concerns, and in this story, it's a big sliding board. How in the world am I ever going to go down that sliding board? But then her parents reminded her, with God, you can do all things. Come on, girl. You can be bold. You can be strong. You can be courageous. And it was that moment where Maggie stood tall and realized, with God, I can do whatever I want. All things are possible. And she threw on that orange cape and she tackled that sliding board. So this is the only published book that I have. The other books have yet to be published. But it takes Maggie through 9 different journeys, introduces a whole series of new characters, and together she and her friends work through these struggles. And in effect, they all throw on their orange capes together and grow together.
I like this because it has a reader's guide, and it says, you have questions in the back. It says, what about you? Maggie Mae was so excited to go to the playground. She didn't even want to finish her breakfast. What do you like to do that makes you really happy too? So there is a thinking book. It's like an activity at the end that's interactive with the person that's reading it.
It reminds the parents, grandparents, and guardians to take a moment and help immerse your child in this book. Draw them in, and what would they do if they were in that situation?
Really cool. I remember when my children were little, we would always do 3 good things about their day, and it's still stuck. Like my kids are adults now, and when it's someone's birthday, we do 3 good things we like about them.
I love that.
My daughter Elise's birthday was just on Thanksgiving, so we're due. We have to still tell her all those lovely things because she wasn't with us on that day.
The things you told her before.
It's a big deal. Yeah. This is a big deal. I like this book. I'm all about positivity. I'm all about growth and sharing special moments. So thank you. Thank you very, very much for being with us, Julie. So this is it. So it's Meet MaggieMazing.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes, it is. And
do you feel good?
Just the beginning. I just have so many hopes and dreams for this. I realized as I was filling out the questionnaire and thinking about today and the outfit and the makeup and all that kind of stuff, I realized, this is just the beginning. Yeah. There is so much that can come from these books. There's so many opportunities, especially with what's going on in the world today.
We need something like this.
Our kids need to be reminded, you are strong and beautiful and capable. And let's show you how. Let's cheer you on. So this is hopefully, and I believe strongly, just the tip of the iceberg, and I cannot wait to see where it goes from here.
Well, we're grown-ups, but we're just little girls, aren't we? I mean, let's be honest with it. Exactly. Like we all, every day we wake up and we just do the best we can, right? With whatever challenges or whatever struggles we have. Right. So I was very excited to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thanks for being here.
I'm so thankful to be here.
You're welcome. All right, go Julie. Go Julie. Go Julie. Go Julie. Woo! Meet MaggieMazing. There you go. Please check this out. The graphics are great. The story's wonderful. And now you got a chance to visit with the author right here. Be well. Joining us now is Philip Palumbo, and we're going to be talking about his book and a few other things about making work optional. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thanks for having me, Donna.
So do either one of us work? I don't, because I love what I do. Do you love what you do?
I love what we do. That's the most important thing. If you have the passion, you never work a day in your life.
That's absolutely true. How long have you been doing what you do?
25 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's nice. And you actually have like a hard copy of book.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about this endeavor. Is this your first book?
It's my first book, yes.
Okay, what was the process like for you?
The process of starting my book and writing my book was about 1 year and 3 months. So it's it's pretty rigorous, as you can imagine, right? So you spend half an hour a day, start with the first chapter and kind of move through that. And there's the editing piece, which really took a lot of time just to make sure that it was my voice and everything was the way I wanted it. Then you read the book over once or twice, then continue to make changes. So it's a bit of a process. I want to basically take 25 years of my experience. At the time, it was 24 years of my experience, and really bring it to light so people really understand what it takes to make work optional.
I like how you dedicated it to. It says, to my wife, my best friend and biggest fan, thank you. To my 3 sons, dream big, work hard, and you will achieve anything you put your mind to, exclamation point. So that's really where your purpose is, right? Your passion is your heart, your family, it all starts there.
Correct.
And then from that great foundation, you're able to soar. I love this. I've known you for a while. This is pretty impressive, this book, because you go into depth with different chapters. You've got some nice visuals in it. And you have like a wealth management formula that works for you as well as your clients, right? So tell us about that. How can people, I know that to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to increase sales and decrease cost consistently over and over and over again. What about generating wealth? How does somebody start to have more wealth, whether it's financial, even in your own life, but like Let's talk about money for a second.
Yeah, so there's different stages, right? There's the wealth accumulation stage. Wealth accumulation stage is you accumulate wealth through our careers, right? So our careers can be you own your own business or you're an employee for working for an employer. You earn income and your goal is to spend some of that money to enjoy life and pay your mortgage, pay for utilities, food, etc. But then you also want to make sure that you save money, right? And then when you save money, you want to make sure you're investing that money properly. And you're doing that over multiple years and you're looking to compound that over multiple years. You know, so Albert Einstein always says that compounding of interest is the most powerful thing in the world. And it's true. And the ones who start the earliest are the ones who build the most wealth over time.
Okay.
So that's the first stage. And then you get older, 40, 50, 60, and you kind of say to yourself, well, all right, well, how much longer do I really want to continue working? How much longer do I want to continue running my business? You know, when you run a business, there's a lot involved. And some people say, hey, I'm ready to stop. So the question is are you really ready to stop? And that's where we really step in to help assess that.
Also, from a psychology aspect, a lot of times people that are, 50, 60, 70, they identify their person with what it is that they do. It's really difficult sometimes for people to retire or walk away because maybe they've been a plumber for their whole life. Mm-hmm. And if they sold their plumbing business, are they still a plumber? Are they no longer a plumber, right? So you probably work with people and having those conversations as well, right?
Yes.
A lot goes into, people are emotionally attached to their money.
That's right. So what we say all the time is like, you sell your business on Friday, on Monday, you're like, oh my gosh, now what? Right? So it's like, because you're so involved and entrenched in your business for so many years, all of us are. I mean, every single day, that's all I think about is my business, literally, besides my wife and my 3 boys. But besides that, all you do is think about your business. It's nonstop. So when a day comes when you walk away, a couple, 3 days later, you're like, oh my gosh, like now what? And that's why what I say all the time and to talk about it is like a 3-legged stool, right? There's 3 parts to thinking about exiting a business. Number 1 is you say to yourself, okay, my personal self, right? So what does you 2.0 look like? When you sell your business, that very next day, what are you going to do? What is it going to look like? So spending the time really understanding that. The second part of the stool is your financial self. So financially, are you prepared for that? So in other words, if you sell the business, whatever you net, is that enough money so you can live the life that you want to live? And then the third aspect is, which is a part that a lot of people don't think about as business owners, because we're all so entrenched in our business that we don't take a step back and say, is our business trading at the best value possible? I call it best in class. Because most businesses are not, because they're so entrenched and not really building an enterprise. And so our job, again, is to really look at all 3 of those parts. So like you said it before, so when you really sell your business, that very next day, you have a plan.
And you want to build your business up so that it is of value to the next person that's taking it over.
Of course.
You don't want something that you've built to fail. So if you can ensure that you're doing a really good job and that you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's, and then you're letting someone else take the reins, at least you know that those reins are healthy.
Right, absolutely.
Right?
That's a big part.
That's important too.
That's
you
right.
help them with all of that.
That's right.
Okay. And this book specifically is for who? Who do you think is your biggest audience for this particular book?
Yeah, first of all, I think all audiences could read this book and then really find it to be very helpful, right? So the idea behind Make Work Optional, this is what I got tired of, especially being in this industry. In our industry, the word retirement is so archaic, it's overused and over-marketed. And I feel like we're living in a different world today where everybody should be thinking more like, how can I make work optional as quickly as possible? And that simply means, Charlie Munger, who was one of the most successful investors in the world, what he said all the time is, I don't want to become rich because I want to drive a Ferrari or drive a Lamborghini. It's because I want to have financial independence.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind, right? There's a goal we all have as it relates to health. You have to exercise and eat well. There's a goal as it relates to money. It's to become financially independent as quickly as possible so you can do whatever you want to do. And then you may want to continue doing what you're doing. We're not saying you become financially independent so you can stop working, but you want to become financially independent so you can do whatever you want to do in your life. And that's
an option, not a have to.
Exactly. That's a big. You're working because you want to, not because you have to. And that's what financial independence does for you.
Love it. Thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you.
You're brilliant. It's nice to see your smiley face here once again. The second you walked into set, I was like, hey, Philip's here. I was like, yeah. So thank you very much. And congratulations on this. It's really well done.
Thank you.
And how can people get this?
Right on Amazon.
On Amazon.
Absolutely.
Perfect. There you go. Buy the book. Enjoy your life. And we hope that work is optional for you. Thanks for watching. With us is Evan Hirsch, and we're going to be talking about all the galas that they've been attending without me, although I've been traveling.
No,
right.
It wouldn't be a gala without you. You were the thing that was missing the most.
Oh, that's very sweet.
In my opinion.
But you've been going to some really great events. Tell us all about them.
Yeah,
Where'd you go?
definitely. So there were three major ones that I wanted to talk about today. I was lucky enough to go to the Fashion Group International Night of Stars. As you know, I'm a two-time nominee for Rising Star for the Fashion Group International, and you use that as an affirmation whenever I call crying or did get some thing out there. You always say, but you were a nominee for the Macy's and Rising Star Awards. So
2 times.
Exactly.
Yes.
So they've been really great to me. And they had their annual Night of Stars Gala, and it was just a who's who of fashion who was there. Just listen to these names. I had to write it down because it was so powerful.
Okay.
Martha Stewart.
Nice.
Julia Fox. Nicola Formichetti, who is now the creative director of MAC Cosmetics and was formerly Lady Gaga's creative director. So I was crying to be in his presence. La Roche, famously Zendaya's image architect, and Iris Van Herpen, who is the amazing designer who I talked about, was honored at the New York City Ballet, was also honored at this event, and Jordan Roth of the Broadway dynasty. So that
was a lot of great people came out for this event.
100%. It was pretty crazy to be in a room with all of them and walking the same red carpet as all of them. And I was standing at the little cocktail hour at the bar at the Rainbow Room, of course, where my parents got engaged. So it had good vibes already. And I get a tap on my shoulder. I turn around and Julia Fox goes, "I love your outfit." So
fabulous. What were you wearing?
I was wearing this white blazer that I appliqued a pink satin cape to from my last collection that you were at, and then I had these giant liquid bows all over it. So it definitely made a statement.
Nice.
It was very in your face, but in a room like that, you kind of want to.
It sounds fabulous and it sounds great, and I bet it looked stunning on you. So that's awesome.
Thank you. It was a really amazing evening honoring fashion's greatest. So you'll get to see some clips and pictures from that. So I'm glad to share. And thank you to the Fashion Group International for always being so amazing and encouraging my art. That's been really amazing. The second event that I went to was the Museum of Art and Design, the Mad Ball, Museum of Art and Design Ball. I'm lucky enough that I live within 2 blocks of the Museum of Art and Design, so it's become, I guess I should say, a third home to me because this is my second home.
Okay, there you go.
It's been a great place to go, and they have some amazing exhibitions, and they honor different artists. And what I love about the Museum of Art and Design is they transform their gallery spaces into artist studios. So not just are you seeing their work, but you're also seeing the environment in which they made it. So that's really cool to be able to see. And this night in particular, they were honoring Jonathan Adler, who we know is amazing with a pottery collection, a lot of interiors, definitely a maven in our industry, and Simon Doonan, who is famous for window dressing, famously at Barney's, New York. So it was really great to be in that environment. And then a fabulous after party at the pop-up for Phantom of the Opera. So we all got little lace masks. And
Ooh,
it
lovely.
was very vibey among the candelabras.
You're living your best life now, Evan.
That was really, really cool. And it's kind of that time where you look around the room and you're like, should I be here?
But you should.
Exactly.
You've arrived, you just don't know it.
Exactly. I have to tell myself that, okay, I didn't sneak in. I got the invite.
Yes.
I'm here. So that was really, really special. And then the last event that I just recently got to go to was the Delivering Good 40th Anniversary Gala.
Beautiful, wonderful people.
They
do so much.
It's really the type of event that you leave knowing that you did some good. You had a great time being among these amazing, inspiring people. But the fact that you actually go and you're helping families and you're aiding in, giving them resources is pretty amazing. They did this really incredible thing that just took my breath away. On everyone's placemat, they had a bunch of toiletries. They had, a toothbrush and toothpaste and deodorant, travel-size shampoos, and you had a little bag. And the person on stage said, I want you all to take the toiletries, put them in a bag, and there's a little notepad. I want you to write a note to a family in need. So
oh my goodness.
You got to sit there and actually write a note for a care package that someone who was affected by a natural disaster or a hurricane or maybe just lost their home, they have a little pouch with a note from a random stranger thinking about them. So that was very incredible.
Lovely. Just this morning I was watching my friend Paul Issa, who owns the Couples Resorts. Mm-hmm. They are housing 100 displaced families at the resorts right now because the people that work for him, their homes were all completely destroyed. So they're doing a fundraiser. But it does help your heart when, you know, you're living life and you're enjoying yourself to just take a moment to be thoughtful for those that can't, right? Or like you said, to write that little personal note. So not only are they getting the toothpaste, which is nice, but now they have a note that says that someone's thinking about them.
No, 100%. And I tried to include like, stay strong, you know, you're not alone, we're all thinking of you. And what Delivering Good did a great job of is they put up a lot of messages and a lot of videos of how they've gone out and helped the community, which is really incredible, and honored some amazing people. They also honored fashion visionary Andrew Rosen, along with the KIDS, Fashion Delivers Foundation. So it was really a stacked night, and I'm happy to announce that they raised $2.3 million for families in crisis, which is a record.
That's more than the year. I was going to say that's more than the prior years.
Yeah, they were very
do
excited
have very
about that.
generous donors. And you know what's so fun about going to one of their events too is that you get one table and there's like a little cute competition between the tables of who can give more.
Yes.
Now that's a beautiful, beautiful room of
Yeah.
good people. You know, when they're standing up and they're like, oh, they gave 10 grand, well, we're going to give 12. Oh, we're going to give 15. Like, they really are generous, and it's done in a good spirit.
There was like an auction where people could bid on different prizes and whatnot, but at the end of it, they were like, would anybody just like to donate for, you know, the sake of donating? And then
People say yes.
everybody was raising their hand.
People
So
say
it was
yes.
really, really amazing to see.
So that's Delivering Good.
Yes.
And the other one was at the art.
Yes, the Museum of Art and
Yeah,
Design, the
fun.
Mad Ball, and then the Fashion Group International. And I've also done some other really cool things. Like, I got to be my first judge at a fashion
Oh
competition,
my goodness!
which was
Yes,
really
wait.
cool.
But you were also sitting next to Amanda Ramirez's friend.
Yes,
the
Bibu
designer.
Mohapatra.
Yes.
He was a mentor for this program, so I actually came up to him and I was like, remember when I basically loitered in your store and said how amazing you were, and like basically accosted you to say how incredible I thought you were and how I want to be like you one day? He was like, yes, how are you doing? I was like, I'm a judge tonight for the
He must have been
competition.
so happy for
He
you.
really was.
Yeah.
Genuinely, like, his face lit up, which was really nice. And fun fact, Drexel University won, which is my alma mater. I picked them as number one, but we didn't know. They were labeled
so it
A
was-
through
I
E,
gotcha.
so it was just
Blind judgment.
Exactly.
Right, she
So
just-
that was really cool to see.
And they won.
Yeah.
Nicole Miller also went there, right? Or
Yes,
like-
Nicole Miller went to the CFDA Awards,
Right.
which I was also going on the week prior. So she also took my good friend Caroline Zimbalist, because she used to work for Nicole Miller. So it was like really cool to see them too. Nicole Miller is just the most giving person. She cares so much about the next generation of fashion, and you could tell through her actions.
It's been fun to get to know you, watch you thrive over these last 5 years. I have to tell you, happy anniversary to us.
I know,
right?
coming
'Cause
up
it's
in
November.
February.
It is. I know, it's coming
is our
right up.
5 years.
Yay!
Which
yay,
is
us.
crazy.
I love
It's
you.
really gone by.
I'm so just, I can't even say proud, because when I say I'm proud of you, it makes it seem like somehow I contributed, and I didn't. I just want to say that I've enjoyed watching you shine. So I love you, Evan Hirsch.
I don't take those
Really
words
do.
lightly. I love
You're
you.
amazing. There you go. It's Evan Hirsch. Evan Hirsch. Okay. Now I know that I would love to hear from you. Send us an email if you've been watching him over the last 5 years as the fashion correspondent on our show. Would love to give him a whole big props in February. So send us a little love note for Evan. All right. Thanks for watching. Joining us once again is Rob Eberle. Excited to have him here. He's got a new album and things are going fabulous with his career, and that's because he's so talented, and we're so excited that he's here from LA. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Wonderful. I've really enjoyed watching your career flourish.
Thank you.
It's so fun for me to watch it grow and, you know, just get bigger and wonderful. You have a manager now
Yeah.
that you like working with.
Yeah, she's the best.
Shout out to Emma.
Yeah, shout out Emma.
Shout out to Emma. You have a new guitar.
I do have a new guitar.
Okay, so
Yep.
you're able to make enough money that you're now investing in tools.
Yeah.
Nothing
yeah.
wrong with your first guitar. Everybody needs a first guitar,
Definitely.
right? Okay, but tell us about your new baby. What do you got over there?
So this is my Martin. It's a
Okay.
Rhodes series. I've had her for a couple years now, but I think it's been, I don't think I've ever had it on the show with me.
You have it, so
But-
it's making its debut.
Yes, exactly. This is like the guitar that comes everywhere with me. Like
Okay.
whenever I have a show, it's always there.
Well, your voice is well matched for a Martin. The one thing
Thank
that I
you.
love about like a Martin is that it sings with you.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
It's musical. It sounds like it's got a voice of its own.
Yeah, the tone on it it's spectacular.
It's
I love
beautiful.
It. Yeah.
Really nice. So tell us about this album.
Yeah.
How many cuts did it take to get this whole thing put together?
Yeah, so this album we started in May of 2024.
Okay.
And at the top of this year, I went through a really rough breakup. Me and my ex were in a long distance relationship on and off for like about 2 years. And we finally broke up at the beginning of this year, and I had so much material to write about. So I probably wrote 50 plus songs for this record, and we minimized it down to like 10. And it's finally out.
Okay, so tell us what you're playing for me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play you a song. It's on the album. It's called New York Minute.
Nice.
Figured since I'm back in New York, why not play that one, right?
Welcome. Okay, here you go. Little lefty action.
Yes,
Here we go.
Right?
Not used to waking up alone. You were with me in the winter through the cold. Glad I didn't have to do it on my own. You'd come over in a New York minute. But then the colors started to show. Started saying that you needed room to grow. Started looking like someone I didn't know. Said we're done, but we're still unfinished. Oh, there's no getting this over and done with if you still reach out. You spent Sundays up in your head telling me that you miss our bed, but you broke it off. I had to be bulletproof. Swearing that you got good intentions, but you don't want me, you want attention. Don't know why you do what you do, you do what you do to keep me stuck in a loop.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Wow. It's so good to see you, my friend.
So great to see you too. Thank you so much
So
for
good
having
to
me.
see you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I really
Yay.
appreciate it.
Big round of applause. Oh my gosh, so good to see you. There you go, Rob Eberle. Follow their socials. Really talented. I've watched this star rise and it continues to shine. Shines very bright in my heart. Be well. This is Donna Drake. Happy journeys.
Take my hand, come with me, and we'll find better ways to be something much more. Live it up, live it up, live it up now. Live it up now.
Thanks for watching Live It Up. You can visit us at liveituptvshow.com.